Hey, good evening. I have a question from I Love Tool. Thank you for asking the question. So, the question is maybe you could do a video on how to handle someone who plays games with you in a relationship. Not sure if you were ever in a situation like this and able to turn it around? It seems that men especially like to play games because of their ego. I guess I need to keep working harder on my self love slash esteem and respecting myself. Because a self loving, respecting woman would not put up with a man stringing her along. So I'm going to answer you the Neville way, yeah? And first of all, I want to say you are doing nothing wrong. All you are doing is showing you, because the way you talk shows you actually what your beliefs are. So it's very important that you understand, that everyone understands, that we shouldn't judge how we talk, think about things. We can use it as information to change it. So, your message says to me how you think about men, and that is men have a big ego and they play with women, which is not true. It is not true. It's what you believe is true. So, what you can do, first of all, is acknowledge that you have this belief and that it's nothing more than a belief, and maybe it's not even yours. Maybe it came from society, from friends, from your parents, from your aunts, from your grandmother. Doesn't matter. You don't have to keep saying, repeating, and believing this. You can believe something completely different. So, what would be the opposite? The opposite would be men are amazing and they treat me like a queen because I deserve it. I'm worthy of wonderful behavior, and men are so nice to me. That is a completely different feel, and it's just as true as what you said before. So, a belief is nothing more than a thought you keep thinking. And the cool thing about it is you can change it by thinking different thoughts and repeatedly doing so. And at one point, this is your new belief, and you will see it reflected outside of you. I can understand that if you are in a relationship now with someone, and someone is treating you in a way that you really do not like, that it's harder to change it because you constantly see that behavior reflected back to you. The thing is, try not to get involved in it. When you see it happening, just realize, hey, he is me pushed out. Do you remember the video that I made on it? Maybe you've seen it, maybe you didn't. I'll put the link down below so you can revisit it. He is just reflecting back to you what you think. As soon as you start to think other thoughts, and these other thoughts are really settling in you, so you start to believe them, then you see a change in his behavior, because everyone behaves exactly how we think they will behave. So, what will help you, as I said, is make new thoughts, write down opposite thoughts of what you think of how men are now, like they have an ego, they play with women, maybe they lie. I don't know what your thoughts are. Write them down. Don't judge them. Everything is cool. Write them down. And if they're negative, make a positive out of them and start to affirm these daily, a couple of times a day. And you actually will move to a new state. And the state is of someone who feels loved, who feels worthy, who has amazing men in her life that treat her like a queen because you are worth it. Put an alarm in your phone, and every hour or every 2 hours, something like that, and every time the alarm goes, you check with yourself, hey, in what state am I now? How do I feel? Do I feel respected and worthy and loved? Or do I feel a bit off and not so good? And every time you notice in this hour or every 2 hours that you don't feel so good, start affirming again. And while it's hard work at the beginning, it becomes easier and easier and easier. And before you know it, you have a new belief. And the new belief is men are amazing and they treat me amazing and they're respectful and they're loving. Because that's also true. Both things are true. The thing is, what will you focus on? What will be your new truth? Do you get it? It's law of assumption. It's stepping into a state. It's living in the state of the wish fulfilled or living in the wish fulfilled. Assume that men are amazing and you will see that they are. And to answer your question, I'm actually not sure if I was ever a victim of men playing games with me. Maybe a long, long time ago. But as soon as I started to realize that I create my reality with my thoughts, which is actually already a long time ago, although then I didn't know it was like Neville's teachings. I started with Abraham Hicks. I already changed my beliefs around men a long time ago. And I actually only have wonderful men in my life, and none of them play games. And you know what? I don't play games either. I'm very honest, I'm very open. And as soon as I feel that my ego is taking over, I notice and I change states. So I hope this helps, and I'm sure it does. And thank you again for asking the question, and a big hug for everyone that's listening. Mwah.